What's up, y'all? This is your boy D, aka Jive, JYVEENT, and welcome to D Block. And right now, I got news from D Block. Let's go. First, we have the passing of former Nickelodeon star Kiana Underwood, who tragically is no longer here with us. At the age of 33 in a hit-and-run incident in Brooklyn, Brownsville on January 16th.
Get my baby. I don't wish this on nobody.
Former Nickelodeon child star Kiana Underwood, known from All That and Little Bill, has been killed in a Brooklyn hit-and-run at just 33, and fans are reeling. Police say Kiana was crossing the street in the Brownsville neighborhood around 6:50 a.m. when a dark SUV hit her and kept going, dragging her down the road before speeding off. She suffered severe head and body trauma and was pronounced dead at the scene. As of now, no arrests have been made, and the NYPD's collision unit is still investigating. Kiana grew up in New York and broke out on Nickelodeon in the mid-2000s, joining season 10 of All That and voicing Fuskia Glover on the animated series Little Bill, along with roles in projects like The 24-Hour Woman and the national tour of Hairspray. Tributes are pouring in from nostalgic 90s, 2000s kids, and former co-stars, mourning a performer many remember from their childhood. If you're in New York and know anything about the driver involved, police are asking people to contact Crime Stoppers.
Now, I know y'all all is familiar with the African man from Guyana, Ebo Noah, who probably pulled off one of the biggest scams of 2025 while telling everybody to donate money to him. He's building the ark to save everybody from a flood, then turning around and buying a Mercedes Benz that's approximately worth $89,000 while laughing all the way to the bank.
The lies of the false prophet Ebo Noah have been thoroughly exposed today. He misappropriated his followers' donations to purchase a brand new Mercedes-Benz sedan worth approximately $89,000. If a flood were truly imminent, why would he squander sacred funds on personal luxury instead of using them to build an ark? As of now, the weather in Ghana remains completely normal. No reports of flooding, no heavy rain, and certainly no signs of apocalyptic storms. International meteorological agencies confirm that no regional alerts or warnings have been issued. Neighbors say the ark he constantly references doesn't exist, not even a blueprint. At best, there's an old rusted shipping container behind his house and a tarp held down by bricks. No construction activity, no wood, no workers. Meanwhile, the so-called man of God continues to post selfies in his Benz, dressed in designer suits and dripping in gold jewelry, all while preaching scarcity to desperate followers. If divine judgment is coming, he'll be cruising through it in leather seats while everyone else is left drowning in his deception.
Social media and influencer and rapper Jimmy McMahon, better known as White Folks, is another one who is no longer with us. Jimmy McMahon was 50 years old when his time was cut short in a motorcycle accident on January 19th in Middleton, Tennessee.
This is how famous influencer White Folks died on January 19, 2026. Jimmy McMahon, the man millions knew online as White Folks, left behind a community that felt like family. He wasn't just an influencer or a rapper. He was a father, a storyteller, and a voice for people who rarely feel seen. White Folks became known for his raw videos about real life in Tennessee, raising kids, surviving struggle, and finding humor in hard days. His content was honest and unfiltered. He spoke about pain, responsibility, and pride, and people listened because it felt real. Just one day before his death, he shared a quiet post after a medical visit. It felt heavy, almost like a pause. Then hours later, while riding his motorcycle, tragedy struck. A crash ended his life suddenly, leaving his family and followers in shock. News spread fast, comment sections filled with prayers, broken hearts, and messages from people who said his videos helped them keep going. White Folks didn't chase fame, he built connection. And now what remains are his words, his laughter, and the reminder that sometimes the realest voices leave us too soon.
Social media couple Antoine and Deja are facing major backlash after adding an addition to their family. That's coming up next with a response from Antoine and Deja.
So Atuan and Dej having that baby was straight up selfish. And before anyone starts crying in the comments, let's be real for one damn second. That child didn't ask to be born into a situation where both parents already need help just taking care of themselves. That child didn't ask to come into the world already fighting for their life in a hospital bed. That wasn't fate. That was a choice those two adults made, knowing exactly what they were passing down. People love to scream, "Everyone deserves a baby." No, they don't. Some people need healing, therapy, stability, a damn support system, not a newborn with the exact same medical battles they're barely managing themselves. And then the part that really makes the whole situation even messier, they're online talking about, "We're looking for a house." Baby, y'all don't even have an apartment. You've got 3 wheelchairs, 0 stable housing, and now a medically fragile child in a hospital crib because the conditions they were born into were stacked against them from the start. This isn't hate. This isn't cruel. This is reality. A baby is not an accessory. A baby is not a storyline. A baby is not a maybe things will get better ticket. It is okay to say, this isn't the right time. This isn't safe. This isn't fair to the child. Because right now, the only person paying the price for their decisions is the baby.
Well, that's selfish.
For having a baby without a condition.
Mommy, the baby want her food.
I'm coming, Tara. Her bones are like glass. Social media.
People just went crazy. Oh my God, where's CPS? Who is allowing this? Why is the doctors, why are the nurses letting them do this? Look at him, he cannot even take care of himself.
They would call us selfish.
Yeah,
because like, why would you have a baby in your condition? But the thing is, what people fail to realize, we're not suffering. Look at us. Like, we're just fine.
People are very judgmental. When you see something different, it's like, oh my God, what is that?
Walk me back. Were you guys trying to get pregnant? Were you trying to have babies?
We were not trying at all to get pregnant.
Yeah, you know, like when you're in a relationship, sometimes stuff just happens.
Yes.
We didn't plan it.
No news will be complete without gossip, and I got some juicy news for y'all. Christy Scott's and Desmond Scott's divorce, and Christy Scott speaking on the fidelity that led up to the divorce.
Every night, he drags a different girl to my room, to my bed, whenever I'm gone. I will never forgive him.
Christy Scott has formally accused Desmond Scott of infidelity in court, officially ending the social media power couple's marriage. According to divorce filings obtained from Harris County, Texas, Christy explicitly listed Desmond's alleged extramarital affair as the reason for the split, stating that it completely eliminated any possibility of reconciliation. Christy and Desmond met when they were just 14 years old, grew up together from adolescence into adulthood, married in 2014, and shared 2 sons. More importantly, they were not just a married couple, but a tightly bound family content brand. They built their following through jointly created videos. They also co-owned a production company called Make to Be Films, which specializes in wedding and love story filmmaking. As of now, representatives for both Christy and Desmond have not responded. But one thing is clear, this breakup is not just the end of a relationship, it marks the beginning of the dismantling of an entire influencer family business. Do you think Desmond will give up his wealth?